Okay, so to create a new customer within the usecure portal, once you're logged in under your MSP account, if you go to Use Service and Customers, we can create a new customer here. So we need to put in a company name. So software customer. We should really pick a language, so we'll go English UK. Leave the default time zone. You can enter an external ID. It's for your own reference if you use like customer IDs. Under the plan, I'm going to set it up as a free trial, which is generally the case for most new customers, and then we have to put in their email domain, which will need to match their users' email addresses. We can choose the features here. I'm going to leave them all on, but you can decide which features to allow this customer to use. And then we can create the customer. So now we've created the customer, we can go and administrate it. So the very first thing we need to do is to add some users to this customer. So if we go into users, and I'm going to import them from a CSV file I've created, but in order to add them, I need to create a group for them for these users to belong to. So I just need to create a quick group called staff. And now when I go to import users, I can import from a CSV file. Actually, there is a template you can download here. Once you've downloaded it, you can then populate it in this way. So what I've done here is the first user is effectively the manager for the group. So this is the quickest way to set up somebody within the organization who will be able to manage the reports for all the other users. And then the other users, you can see, all have a manager, which points back to Mark, who's the manager. So that's the format of the CSV file from the template. I've saved that on the disk, so now I can just choose that here. So I'll open it from there, and this is going to add my users, and you can see how it's correctly added them all to the staff group, and the managers set up correctly. So now that I have my users within the platform, last couple of things I need to do. Under ufish, if I go to configure autofish, so autofish is the technology that will send out phishing simulations to all the users in the background. So we need to enable autofish, choose how many weeks between the simulations. I typically choose somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks. You can decide whether to send them in working hours or not. You can do exclusions on certain groups to receive simulations, but we're going to send it to all users, nice and straightforward. We don't need to worry about the domain allow list, and we can leave all the templates on as default. It's usually a good idea to turn on the inline training. So for example, if a user does get compromised, then you would send the InfoSec phishing beginner training course if they haven't set that already. That's usually a good idea, and we can click save on that. Now, the thing that makes this a lot easier to actually deliver the emails to end users is this feature, message injection. So here, if the user's on 365, we can sign in with an account and allow usecure to drop those phishing simulation messages directly into users' mailboxes. So it's a case of logging in as a domain an admin for that 365 tenant. Now we get asked which permissions we're happy to agree with. So effectively, you're allowing usecure to read and write to the user's mailboxes and read the user's profiles. So if you're happy with that, you can click accept. So that's now been configured, so we can go back to the users if we like. So we've got the users configured, we've configured phishing simulations. Typically the last thing that we would do is turn on auto enroll under ulearn. So this is what will send out the gap analysis training module to all users. Again, typically somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks. The recommendation is every 4 weeks. You can choose certain courses to exclude, but by default I think most people will send all of the courses, and you can allow them to re-enroll once they've been through all those courses, but there's plenty there for many months. Click save. And generally speaking, that's a basic installation done. Users will be signed up for fishing simulations and the training material, and that manager will receive emails alerting them of the progress of the users on the system.